Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and this is your weekly horoscope forecast for all the zodiac signs for the week of November 5th through the 11th, 2018. If this is the first time that you're tuning into my channel or this video and you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish on this channel. That being said and done, let's get into the horoscopes for this week. Aries, this week for you, Aries, is a very interesting week. This is a week since we're now in the month of November, but still under the Venus retrograde. Remember, that doesn't end until the 16th of November. There is some latter energies still that you're carrying right now, but in terms of your life in general, right now we're seeing a lot of movement forward. A lot of you Aries out there are moving forward with ideas, things that, that are maybe things that are going on in your work that you've been holding off on, or you felt like perhaps you didn't have a voice to really kind of be vocal about it. It seems very positive when it comes to your life in general, in your workspace. But when it comes to your money and your finances, you may not be fully satisfied yet. There's something that is not fully satisfied there. It's like you're going towards a goal. A lot of you would be contemplating right now whether you should stay in the job that you're at, but you know that we're at the end of the year and a lot of employers are not hiring. So a lot of you will stay put, but there's this stagnation around your work that it doesn't make you fully happy. And a lot of you are really just looking forward to moving away from that and maybe changing jobs here very soon. But there's something that you have to, like, some opposition from this. It's like somebody else doesn't maybe agree with your, this could be someone in your family, a partner that doesn't necessarily see things the way that you do. They don't really support you 100% like you would want them to. They're very critical, but you've been working very, very hard towards, fixing your financial situation. And so it's been like a battle for you for the last couple of years. Now you're entering a period of more stability as we go into 2019. But this week in particular, it has you thinking about all of these thoughts, where you're at right now in your work life, where you want to be in, 2019. And so a lot of you are really working towards that this week. When it comes to a relationship, there is some darkness within your relationships for some of you. This may not apply to every Aries out there that's listening, but there are some darker things that are going on. Lies, secrets. This could be you keeping some secrets from your partner, or vice versa. They could be keeping secrets from you. But there's some dark energy that is surrounding you, and a lot of you would be experiencing some breakups, some heartbreaks, and some pain here. This could be arguments that lead to a separation temporarily, and then you can reconcile. But there are some things that are coming up this week that you just need to be very mindful of. And like I said, even though this is what Spirit is revealing to me, a lot of this is being brought forward to create an awareness. So you have your set free will. Nothing is written in stone. You can change the outcome if you notice that there are some darker patterns, and just bypass this completely. And so a lot of you Aries that would be listening to this may not even have to worry about this or even go through it. But it's all going to depend on your communication and your willingness to really share, whatever is bothering you, whatever secrets that you may be holding on to that can affect your relationship. But there is love here, and I do feel like you're going to overcome this dark period, even if it's just a matter of like a day, a bad day that y'all both have as a couple. But you will overcome this. But the main key here area is to be very honest. Make sure that you're communicating, that you're not holding anything from your partner. If you have a tendency to flirt, to catch yourself, and if your partner has a tendency to be flirtatious, they may need to catch themselves, and you may need to make them aware that, hey, that's disrespectful to you, and you don't deserve that. So this is overall the energy for this week for the sign of Aries. All right, Taurus, this week for you Taurians out there, this is going to be a week in which it's all about the sexual energy between you and a partner. When it comes to relationships, this is almost being highlighted here very strongly. It's all about your emotions this week. It's all about you coming out of the pain that you are feeling. even though your partner may be faithful, there's still some insecurities that a lot of you are holding on to right now that are affecting you, and you may not even be realizing that it's affecting you the way that it is. But how this comes across from spirit is that there is some, maybe some thoughts that your partner could be unfaithful. Again, this may not apply to every Taurian out there, but there's some thoughts of that. There's some thoughts that you're feeling like you're not being given the affection or the attention that you deserve. And this has you questioning, your relationship, questioning your perspective. A lot of you may not be happy in your relationship, and this is something that is now coming very strongly this week, to the forefront, and you're really paying attention to your feelings now. A lot of you feel like, you talk to your partner, you talk to, your loved one, and it just goes one ear and goes out the other. So that's kind of the energy that is surrounding this week. However, you do have a period this week where you are able to just kind of sit back for a moment, recollect yourself, and get out of that emotional stagnation that you're feeling. This is all about your emotions this week. It's all about how you are feeling and controlling those emotions, not letting them control you. It's very often very hard, very easy to say that, but it's very hard to do because, there's a lot of energetic stuff that's going on in the cosmos with the Venus retrograde and then Mercury, retrograde that's coming up, and the planets, the way that they're aligned, and then the moon phases that are coming through. But it's not all about love this week. Also, there is a lot of focus on goals and planning. You could be finding that there is someone who supports you in your career path. Maybe you want to go back to school in the spring, and these are thoughts that you're wanting to enroll in something. You're wanting to further yourself. You want to go on a journey. A lot of you want to go on a journey and move away from where you're at right now and moving into a more better financial security as you go into 2019. A lot of these thoughts are very much in the in your mind right now, in your heart and your soul, and you're asking yourself, a lot of you are asking yourself, what can I do to ensure that my income and my financial security, and stability is greater than it has been in 2018? Because a lot of you this year did okay, but a lot of you also struggled financially. And I know that a lot of you that would be tuning into this can attest to that. It hasn't been the easiest year for anyone, but I do get that is something that you are working towards. And so a lot of you are going to, initiate some kind of action plan to, bring more money and stability into your life going into 2019. Those of you that are single right now, single Taurians, have the ability to meet someone this week, or to kind of like start tuning more into your emotional. A lot of you that your emotional side. A lot of you that are single right now really are feeling like you don't want to be single anymore. You're ready. You're seeing all your friends and family members and people that you care about are being very happy, with their partner. This is something that you want also in your life right now, and something that you just don't know how to get there. A lot of you are kind of trapped in a way where you don't know how to kind of change these patterns, change this, how you can get yourself more out there, because you may have had bad experiences with dating online, or you may have dated some people and they hurt you really bad. And so now you have this kind of mindset that everybody's going to be the same. So Spirit is wanting you to drop that veil, that dark cloak that is over you, over your eyes, and make you see the light, and make you see that this is not the case. These are illusions of fear, and fear is darkness, and darkness is an illusion. It's a trap, and you basically now need to step into your power and your light and take a chance. Not everyone is going to be the same like the people that have hurt you in the past. And so a lot of you would be finding that this week, you may have these deep conversations with maybe a friend that, your friendship is evolving and it's going into the next level. So it's very interesting how this week plays out, but it's not a negative week. It is one that there are some ups and downs here and there for those of you that may be in a relationship already. But those of you that are single, there's a lot of positivity around that. And those of you that are working towards goals, again, you just need to stay very positive, because things are changing financially for the better for you. So this is a horoscope for the sign of Taurus for this week. All right, Gemini, this week for you, Gemini, there is a lot that's going on where you could be feeling like someone is pushing you and kind of wanting to force you to do something that you don't feel very comfortable in doing so. This could be, someone that is in your midst that is, kind of feeding energy into your ear, telling you, that you should do this, you should do that. And you could be at the point where you don't really feel like you can relate to this person. You really don't feel like you should be listening to this person. And you're probably right. You need to follow your instincts above everything this week and not be easily misguided. There could be some people that are really trying to treat you a certain way to bring you into their darkness and their way of thinking. There's someone in that you care about that could be, not communicating with you, could be treating you a certain way or showing preferential treatment to another friend over you, and it's because they want to bring you down to their darkness and their level. There's something that they are not very good about right now. They are embracing more of their shadow self and their darkness, and there could also be some spell work, some magic that is being done at some level on them, and you're seeing this. A lot of you could be well versed in the Wiccan or the occult, in different subjects, and you could be seeing this, but you don't know how to tell your friend, that you care about, that they are being basically hexed or there's a spell that has them. This could be like a love spell, and they don't even see the person that they're with, is evil, but they just can't see it because they are shrouded in this cloud of darkness, and the energy that they are surrounded by is not a good positive energy. So they could be fighting you on many levels and trying to keep their distance and almost wanting to hurt you with things that they may post on social media or say. Just know that you have the upper hand. Pray for them, and if you are into magic yourself, use candle magic, prayer. There's as long as it's coming with good intentions and it is of the light, you can kind of bring this person back out of the darkness and into the light so they can see what they cannot see right now. But be very patient and know that change is coming in that area. There's also something that you're fighting innerly, in your inside of your soul right now, where you're not feeling very comfortable in your life that you're living. Yes, right now that you may be with a partner, you may be with someone, you may have the perfect job, but a lot of you are still seeking evolution or reinventing yourself. There's something about that's coming up this week where you have a lot of thoughts of your creativity is coming to the forefront, and a lot of you are thinking, what can I do to kind of change this and kind of, really put myself out there and take my career to the next level, take my, my social life to the next level. And a lot of this is coming to the forefront this week. So it's very exciting. Just be patient. And again, like I said, if there's anything, you are a spiritual warrior and you will get your friend back, to the light so they can see, what they cannot see right now. So just stay very positive. And that's the horoscope for this week for the sign of Gemini. All right, Cancer, Moonchild, this week for you, a lot of you need to be very strong. A lot of you are not feeling very confident. You're not feeling very positive about life right now. This is a week where you're feeling a lot of this anxiety. A lot of you could be having some plans to try to want to take off, for the end of the month for Thanksgiving, but a lot of you may not be able to for the holidays. You have, work duty, or maybe you took off last year, so your boss is making you work this year and you can't really take off. There's something that is bothering you, but you need to stay very strong. There's also some changes that you want to go into. This could be like taking on a new job or starting your own business, but you're going into this with a lot of analytical mind, and it's kind of causing you to second guess yourself. So Spirit is saying just go into it very freely, be carefree, spontaneous, and take a risk. That's basically what it is. When you do so, you are going to find that your finances are in a much better position, and you're sitting, in a way where you are not having to worry so much about that. For those of you that are in a relationship, there could be some movement, positive movement in this, and more peaceful movement towards taking this to the next level, or rekindling any kind of relationship connection that you've had. Someone is ready to, to offer you their love, profess to that, but you may be in a relationship already and it's kind of confusing to you. So you do have to make a decision whether you stay in your relationship now, or you decide to just go and take a risk and go into a new relationship and explore that. A lot of you this week are also feeling like there is finally, some karma is coming back. And you're seeing maybe some people that have done you wrong, or a person that's done you wrong. And you're seeing, that karma is at play. So something may be happening where you get some news, or you're going through social media and you read something, maybe like one of your friends is a friend with that person, and you don't have any bad blood for them anymore, but you find out through the grapevine, so to speak, that there's something that has happened, which kind of in many ways makes you feel justified that karma did take its toll on that person and eventually came back full circle. So right now, try to not focus too much on the negative things that may come or pop up this week, but really stay more focused on the positive things. You have a lot of things, that you really need to be grateful for and just be very positive about. And that's the energy that surrounds this week for the sign of Cancer. Leo, this week for you, Leo, it's a very, very interesting week. A lot of you out there are finding that there is some happiness that's coming around your love life this week. This could be you taking, a relationship or a friendship that you have with someone to the next level, or have some happy thoughts about it. A lot of you that are in twin flame relationships could realize that there is another twin flame out there for you, and you're no more focused on the old twin flame that has caused you a lot of pain. And it's not uncommon to have more than one twin flame or more than one soulmate in this lifetime. So a lot of you this week would be finding that there is some happiness that's coming around that. There's also some periods where you are going to feel like you need to stay, in your own shell. You need to stay at home. You're not really wanting to go out, socialize. You really want to spend some time when you have alone to really go deep in your thoughts and kind of think about that. There's also some male in your life. This could be more in your business or career that may present an opportunity to you, or that may kind of be helping you like a mentor. This person is a very good-hearted gentleman. He is much older than you. So this would be someone in their like 50s, 60s. This could be like a fatherly figure that you turn to maybe for some advice, or like I said, like a mentor, or maybe there's just that person is such an old soul that they have that wisdom that you're seeking. But there's going to be some conversations that take place this week. This may not apply to every Leo out there that's listening, but there could be some conversations that bring you a lot of clarity about your career path and where you want to go, because a lot of you are not happy in your job right now, and Spirit is basically telling you that you are there for a reason. There is going to be change, though. There is patience that is needed, and it's almost like a lot of you are turning more to your spiritual side, and a lot of you are turning to your magical side. When I say spiritual, magical, it's people that that may be tapping into their witchy side, and also there's nothing wrong with that. There's life in general is full of magic. It's full of good energy, good magic, and bad magic, and dark energy. But really and truly, I feel like you have a great balance. Those of you that would be listening that are Leos, and there's something that you need to really kind of fully embrace on your spirituality on that path, and through that you will find that there is abundance waiting for you, for a lot of you. Now this is not going to apply to everyone, but you can use your spirituality in your day-to-day work life, whether you're a healer, you're a nurse, you work as a retail cashier or a stalker. You can just kind of take that approach of spirituality and use it to help you in your day-to-day functions. But a lot of you are moving away from old patterns of thinking and the fights that you've been having with people, and in general the inner battles that you're having in your mind, and you're at the soul level. You're coming to a realization that this no longer serves you, that this no longer brings you peace. So a lot of you are coming out of that into a more positive direction, and you're able to really enjoy life now more than you have in the past couple of weeks. So a lot of you may be getting your paycheck this week, may decide to have a psychic reading. Some of you may decide to go shopping for some Christmas gifts for some people in your family. Some of you may be deciding to pamper yourself in some kind of way, and Spirit is like all for it. They're saying this is the time for you to do that. don't hold back or deprive yourself on making yourself happy. We all deserve to have that certain level of happiness. So that is a horoscope this week for the sign of Leo. Virgo, this week for you, Virgo, it's all going to be about your life in general. There's a lot of thoughts about your emotions, your heart, your love life. There is pain going on. There's this sense of knowing for some of you that you're not in a relationship that is very truthful or honest. The person that you're with may not be honest, and this could be like a third-party relationship where you're stuck with that person, but they have feelings for someone else, and it's kind of bothering you because you want to be that only person. You should only be that person for them, but for some reason, they could be in a relationship with someone else and hiding that from you, or you may already have some doubts and thoughts that they're cheating on you. But this is coming very much to the forefront, that there is pain, there is this sorrow that you're feeling right now when it comes, like you feel this feeling of betrayal, and it goes on a greater level, and you're just, you're coming to the point where you're feeling like the universe is recycling or repeating this hard lesson again in your life, and you're not understanding why. Why is this happening again when you've just wanted to be happy in your life? A lot of you haven't, been fully happy in your love life. You've had some periods of, being happy, and then all of a sudden it just, turns into something again that's just not good. So Spirit is basically saying that this is going to be something that you need to really kind of clear out. A lot of you know that this relationship was no longer working, or a lot of you may know that things in your life, may not be working, but you're holding on to that person or that, that relationship due to insecurities, due to the fact maybe you're not financially independent. You don't think that you can make it on your own. And this is going to be something that's very hard, because I know for a lot of you out there, it's not easy to just, uproot your life, and maybe if there's kids involved, you can't just move away, that's almost impossible. But Spirit is telling you that you do need to take action in some kind of way, and it does need to be drastic as soon as possible to bring you that change that you're needing, because the longer that you stay in a stagnation, in a way of a stagnated relationship or a stagnated union, it's not going to get any better. It's only going to continue to get worse. And so a lot of you are fully aware of this, but you're just trying now to formulate a plan, or figure out what you need to do, and just know that if you have family, they may be able to help you. You're not alone. But you may find this week that there's a lot more of darker energy that surrounds you with these thoughts, and you want to be strong. You want to have it, a good relationship and a good life in general when it comes to your finances as well. So a lot of you are working extremely hard, in your work life, and immersing yourself in your work life, so that way that you can be able to experience, some kind of financial security down the road, and that is all going to pay off. So it's not all gloomy, there's going to be, ups and downs. The key here is to recognize any patterns that are occurring in your love life. If you are with someone and they are not, pitching in, you're doing the one that's paying all the bills, that, is communicating, scheduling all the appointments, and, buying all the food, and they are just not doing anything. They come home, they eat, sleep, and that's it. That is the kind of thing that you need to look out for. You need someone that meets you halfway, and that is a contributor and not a drainer, not someone that's a leech. And that's kind of what you need to really look at right now, because I feel like many of you out there are in that kind of situation where you're giving more than 90% of yourself to this relationship and that person, and they're only giving maybe about 20% of their their energy and their commitment to it. So it's not balanced. It's like if you were a Libra, and you have the scales, you would be way up in the air, and they would be very down, very down, weighing you down, in many ways. So yeah, it's going to get better, but you need to make some drastic changes. This week is about changes, Virgo. Libra, this week for you, Libra, there is a lot of attention that is going in two areas: your love life and your finances. So I'm going to start off with your finances this week. This week is a lot about you juggling two different things. You know, you could be a mom, you could be a dad, and you're juggling, you know, your family life and your work life. There is something though that needs to change here, and needs to change very quickly, because you're getting to the point that you're not feeling very well. You're feeling like you are carrying the weight and the responsibility in a relationship as well. And so a lot of this of your work is intermingled with your love life. You know, when your love life is not good, you know, it's going to affect your work. When your work life is not good, it's going to affect your love life. So there's this balance that you're needing to find, you know, and kind of make changes that are more positive in nature. But when it comes to your love life right now, it feels like someone is wanting to push you to, you know, take your relationship to the next level. This is still causing you distress, because deep down you may have feelings for somebody that you used to be with maybe for a long time, an ex, or you know, there's just feelings that you're being pushed, and you're not feeling very comfortable in this relationship. And so you kind of immerse yourself into your work life, because through that you find some healing, and you find that you don't have to focus on this. But Spirit is saying that there could be a situation for some of you out there where you're with someone, and you may have these, you know, if you're a female, this woman's intuition. If you're a male, you know, intuition, that your partner is not being faithful to you, and there is another person that is involved in the mix, and there is going to be heartbreak. This is something that you may not believe that is happening, but some way deep down you already have some feelings, and it is going to come out. And you are the one that is more invested into this relationship, the one that cares and really loves this person. The other person that they could be with, seeing, is maybe only interested in sex, or only interested in the financial, you know, what they can get financially out of that person. But you're the one that would come out with heartbreak, because you are the one that really truly loves this person in many ways. But you are in for, you know, kind of like a surprise in the next couple of weeks. Again, those of you that would be in a relationship, it may not necessarily apply to you. This would be for certain people, you know, that are listening to this. So don't, you know, kind of freak out or get, you know, into the, you know, the zone of thinking that, oh, this is maybe for me. For those of you that are single out there, there is an opportunity to kind of, you know, continue to be the way that you are right now, which is single, but to kind of contemplate, you know, you're kind of getting ready for love. A lot of you have been ready for love, but more than anything right now for Libras, in general, it's more about finances and your work. You know, a lot of you are not happy with your work. You're wanting to move away from that, because it's creating stress. Maybe you don't have enough time to kind of spend time with your family and really observe your partner and what they're doing, or that, you know, you have a lot of expenses that are coming up, and you just don't feel like, you know, that you can fully make it without, you know, having support of somebody else or getting a new job. There's a lot of stress around your work life, and so there's changes that need to take place, and that will be taking place over the next couple of weeks going into 2019. So that's the energy for this week for the sign of Libra. Scorpio, this week for you, Scorpio, there is a lot of energy surrounding your, you know, your thoughts, your love life. A lot of you are that are single right now are ready to kind of, you know, meet someone, give your, you know, your love and attention to someone that you care about. A lot of you also are holding on to some thoughts about work. You're feeling very secure with your financial matters. A lot of you have made good decisions, and there's just a lot of positive movement forward for you. But there is this sense of feeling that you do need some space right now, especially if you are, you know, surrounded by a lot of people and family, you know, and your social life is kind of busy all the time. There is a moment this week where you need to kind of purge and kind of clear your energy. A lot of you are being asked to reevaluate your Facebook friends list or your Instagram, you know, friends list, and kind of, or followers, and kind of really ask yourself, you know, who do you need to cut out of your life? Who is being toxic towards you? So there's a lot of going within and spending time meditating, really asking yourself these questions and then making those decisions. So there's a lot of new information that is being downloaded from the universe's universal codes for a lot of you Scorpios out there, and you're moving away from the negative into more of a positive. When it comes to, you know, your relationships, for those of you that would be in a relationship or about to enter into taking a a relationship to the next level. There is a lot of positivity that surrounds this, and you are with the right person. If you've been questioning, whether or not you're the right person or they're your soulmate, this is all coming through from spirit, like that person is your soulmate, and that's who you need to be with. So don't question it. Kind of take it to the next level. Enjoy the moments that you spend together. Maybe do something that's spontaneous. A lot of you may want to spend some time out in nature, take a camping or hiking trip if the weather permits. A lot of you may be wanting to go somewhere warm, tropical, like the Caribbean, or going on a vacation later this month as well. So there is some traveling news that may be coming up, or an impromptu trip that you weren't even suspecting, and you just get news this week that a friend wants you to fly out to spend Thanksgiving with them for Thanksgiving, spend it with them and their family. So just be kind of mindful that that's the energy that is surrounding you, and be ready to make any last minute changes that are necessary for your life. Sagittarius, this week for you, Sagittarius, it is going to be a week in which there's a lot of positive energy. You're feeling like now, maybe you were going through a situation where you were misjudged by people, or there was rumors, gossip about you. Someone that misjudged you and took you wrongly is going to apologize, or you're going to see a healing in that situation, in that relationship or connection, whether this is a work situation, a colleague, or someone in your family. But you are going to be seeing basically the fates stepping in and helping you feel validated that you were not wrong, that what your decisions that you made were right, and that you shouldn't feel guilty or feel any kind of that you did anything wrong, because you didn't. So it has you this week kind of feeling a little bit for small periods of time in your emotions, but overall right now there is money that is coming to you, whether it's a bonus later in December, but there is talk of money from spirit. They are saying that basically you are entering a more auspicious time. There's reasons to celebrate very soon. Financially, you are doing good, and you're moving into a more positive direction and more into the career path that you want to take. So those of you that may have been procrastinating, this is the time this week to kind of fully, investigate, research, make phone calls, do all of that. And it seems like, even in your love life, there is some peace that is going on for a lot of you out there. You're getting a lot of support, and there's a lot of romance that is in your love life right now. So but when it comes to the outside world, like your family, people, friendships, there's a lot of drama spirit is talking about with them. And this could be that they are bickering with each other, and not so much you, but they want to pull you into the drama. Stay away from the drama. You don't need it, especially this week. You don't need that drama. You need to focus more on your your work life and your love life. There's, like I said, a lot of things to be grateful for, a lot of good things, positive energy. You don't need to be so the reason that I'm bringing this up is from spirit, because they are telling me that basically there is some kind of drama that's going to come up later this week. You may not understand it right now, just hold on to it. But whatever it is, whether it's gossiping or some other two people bickering and they want to, kind of get your opinion or pull you into their drama, stay away from it. You don't need that right now in your life. So that's a horoscope this week for the sign of Sagittarius. Capricorn, this week for you, Capricorn, there's a lot of positivity that starts off the beginning of the week, but there is some drama, that you are going to get involved in early in the week. This could be people bringing you into their drama, fights that that already, discussions that already had been taking place, or misunderstandings. But, there is a sense of humor that's coming out of this. It's almost like you have periods where you may be laughing at the universe and saying, haha, very funny, because the things that may happen may be something that's so hilarious, that you can't make this kind of things up. That's from the universe, and a lot of you may be already in tune and know the outcome, or that this is going to happen. It's inevitable. But regardless of the situation, there's a lot of nurturing and comfort from two women in your life. This could be a sister or a friend, or two friends. maybe your boss, but there is some kind of, peace that's coming in. It's like one friend offers you love advice, and the other one is more business related. So it makes me feel like one is more of like a family or a good friend, and the other one is a work colleague. But you get a lot of good advice from this, a lot of positivity from them. And then there is a male in your life right now that could be fighting something, resisting change. They don't want to change something about their life and they're not happy. And it kind of affects you in certain ways. But Spirit is basically saying to just let them continue to be the way that they are. Be supportive of them, show them unconditional love. They are going to finally make a decision. There's something that they need to decide. And I feel like almost this is almost coming in like as career, around their career, that they need to change something. Maybe they need to leave the job that they are in, but they don't want to because financially it may bring the most income into the household, and it may be something that it brings more, it has a lot of financial stability, but at the same time they're very stressed out. It's affecting their health, it's affecting their moods, and it's affecting the family in general. It's affecting their home life completely. But like I said, there is some changes that they need to make and decisions that they are going to be reckoned with. And this kind of, I feel like they make the right decision to move forward and take the relationship and heal, their life, so that way that you can all be happy together. But that's the energy that's coming through this week for the sign of Capricorn. Aquarius, this week for you Aquarians out there that would be listening, this is going to be a week in which you are going through a more spiritual evolution. You start off the week almost kind of in your own space. You may be pushing some people away because you need to collect your thoughts. Your life has not been the easiest. A lot of you have been finding that your social life has been very busy. You've been busy with work, and there's just a lot of things that are going on. But, you're not feeling exactly fulfilled. There is some happiness in your, personal life right now. As far as financially, that is something that is, makes you feel happy, very fulfilled with your friendships. You're a very good friend, very loyal. And so there's a lot of happiness that surrounds you in that area. But at the same time, you're feeling almost like there's a loss. There's something that you're not feeling fully fulfilled in your life. But yet you're trying to maybe plan a trip to surprise someone. There could be a trip to kind of, that you're planning, but you want to do this more for yourself, and and then go towards a group of people. So there's something about traveling and plans that is coming up this week that you may be already, your mind may be fixated on and thinking about. This could be a business trip, in many ways, but there is some traveling that is occurring here. Spirit is saying that there is also a lot of drama that is going on in your work life this week. This could be you with, work associates, with, co-workers, but there's some kind of drama that is going on. It's almost like a fight, people not getting along, that, ideas are being tossed to the wayside, and it's like you're not being heard and being, you're not being honored the way that you would like to, or appreciated the way that you like to be appreciated. So there's this thing that, that you're kind of putting yourself more into your work. You're working very hard, but you're not yet at the level that you would like to see a lot of these blessings already manifested in your life, or a lot of these promises that, maybe that your boss or people that you've worked with, that are making towards you, or that have made towards you. So you're still working very hard, but there is a sense of almost of like pain on a deep level going into the weekend. This could be an argument with someone, a disagreement, but it leaves you feeling almost like you're not sure, what is coming up next. And so you're feeling almost like you're being judged by somebody unjustly, and that's the way that it's coming across. But this week you just need to be very strong, kind of, turn to your more spiritual side and work on meditating and grounding yourself. Because like I said, there's going to be some positive periods this week of energy, where you feel very energetic. Then there's going to be towards the end of the week where you may be feeling very drained, tired, not like yourself, and your thoughts are not very clear right now, and you need that clarity to kind of decide what you want to do next with your life. So just, kind of don't beat yourself up. Just go with the flow and don't resist any change that, the universe is putting in your path. Pisces, this week for you, Pisces, a lot of you out there are finding that you are tapping more into your magical side. A lot of you may be witches, may be into Wicca or, into spirituality, but there's a form of magic that you may be tapping into. You could be also weighing in on your, your life in general, your career, and ready to be going into something new very soon, without, hesitation, without knowing, what is to be expected, but you know that there's change that that is happening. So on some levels you feel very much like right now in your personal life that you are fulfilled and happy, but then there's also later this week a sense of you walking away from something, and it's leaving you feeling like you're walking away from maybe like a relationship or a friendship, and it's being tested, but Spirit is basically saying that you are ready to go to the next go into this kind of like you're going away, walking away from a friendship or a relationship, but there is something that you are ready. This could be that you already have somebody else lined up, someone that has professed their their feelings towards you, but there's maybe like another relationship that is going on that that you've been keeping secret from someone else, and so it's like it doesn't bother you, but there's this fight. There's this drama that's coming up this week for you, and you will come out of it feeling like you've been tattered and beat up in many ways from this. So there's a lot of drama that is unfolding this week in your life, more so, and it has to do maybe with your work and also with your personal love life as well. But there's changes that are coming, and some of them may be leaving you feeling kind of like you are in a battlefield in many ways, but there is going to be some positive movement once this week is ending, where you feel a lot more, clarity, and you're getting into more of moving forward with, away from the drama, away from all the, the dark energies that, surround you. And maybe, you also coming to the realization that you need to be, more truthful and be more expressive of things that you are not saying, and what you're feeling, so kind of speak your mind, and don't hold back on that, because the longer that you hold on to not, expressing what you really feel or saying what you really feel, it could lead, to some conflict down the road. So these were all the horoscopes for this week, November the 5th through the 11th, 2018. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you did like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you would like to receive a private reading from me, you can go to my website. It is listed here. It's www.raymondguzman.net. Then just go to the shop section on my website to see if any of the readings that I do offer. For those of you that have not yet picked up a copy of my new book, it's called Starseed Footsteps. It is a book that talks about different spiritual topics, such as like the occult, angels, what happens when we die, how to connect to your spirit guides. And it provides you with a lot of different valuable tools, and each chapter is, is a different spiritual doorway that is open, to kind of, help you navigate your spiritual life and give you a better perspective on questions that you may have had, but you just didn't know how to ask them, or you didn't know, where to look for them. So if you'd like an autographed copy, you can also pick it up on my website and in the shop section. If you go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, you can pick it up there, but that's the non-autographed book. So blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week ahead.